record this. I'm recording this session, so also please, if I don't have your consent on the recording, just please also let me know. We're recording it for educational purposes and also to give the chance for others to see the session. So thanks again, Emil. We are here to talk about Sensity, yes, and to talk about the campaign, to explain Sensity, but moreover, we are here to tell you that we are so thankful for the support, especially for this season and the tough period that we are in with the pandemic. Nevertheless, we promise you that we will always keep the same high top-notch product quality level, and also Optimed and HOYA, both with this long-term partnership. We're so proud of the history that we are having with Optimed. We will always provide you with the best service in the market. Thank you. So for those who don't know me, that's my name. So I'll flip the slide. Okay, so that's me. My name is Charbel. I am an optometrist, and I'm a member of the European Academy of Optometry and Optics, and I'm head of education and customer experience manager. So today we're talking about Sensity, a top high performance when it comes to photochromic, as you can see, any light, anywhere, anytime. But we would like to show you what makes it special, why it is so important that for you also, for your business, and for your customers as well. I will start with 2-3 sentences about it. So let's consider that's our value statement, yeah? So Sensity is about mainly 2 things. Sensity is about a high top performant photochromic lens that promises with the twice the fade-back speed compared to all the previous generations of the photochromic, whether it is in HOYA or with other competitors. So we're talking about twice the fade-back speed. And not only the fade-back speed, we're also talking about the fade-in speed or the darkening speed. And in 90 seconds, that leads you to a darkening performance of a category 3 sun when it comes to how dark the lens can be in only 90 seconds. And we shouldn't forget that we are talking about a top performance when it comes to fade-back speed and top performance when it comes to fade-in speed. And that shows how important is to continue with the technology to always keep it at that level. Nevertheless, in between, we shouldn't forget that it's always a 100% UV protection, whether if it's in the, let's say, rest condition, or if it's in the darkening condition. Now, how it works and what makes it special. So, of course, if we're talking about the same level that exists in the competition today, but what makes it special? I would like to show you in few words what makes it special. It's about the technology that we're using. The Stabilite technology, one, and the precision technology, which comes into production, and how the performance of those molecules, when they turn, when they meet the UV rays, and then when they turn in order to make it dark, there are some specific technologies that enables the high performance. Stabilite technology, as I said, the precision technology, I'm going to talk about it. And also the result is it gives 3 deep natural colors. And also we're going to see how and why. And at the end, it's available for all our products. It gives the same quality for all the products, regardless of the index and regardless of the geometry. And on top, you can always get the best anti-reflective coating. I will take you through those one by one. So I'll start with the Stabilite technology. What does it mean? why it is important to have stabilized technology. It's about the temperature dependence. And we all know that in the past, some of the customers, they would just have these complaints that, yeah, it gets dark, but when it is too much cold or when it is too much hot. And here I'm talking about the performance of, let's say, at the temperature of -5 or -6 or -7, and also the performance of, at 30 or 35 degrees or 40 degrees. And we all know that in Slovenia, you may have very cold weather and also very hot weather. But in both cases, with the stabilized technology, we made a lens which has a very low temperature dependence, whether regardless of the weather condition, you're always going to get the top speed when it comes to the performance of darkening and the fade back. Now, moreover, so that's the stabilized technology, but how it is made, there are several steps, and each step is very, very important. So please, I would like to have your attention just to show you these steps. In the precision technology, the first step is that we want to ensure that the whole composition is strong. So we introduce what we call a primer layer that serves as a hard coat. Yeah, and that hard coat, it aids on the adhesion between the photochromic and the material itself, or the lens itself. How we apply it? We apply it with the spinning technique. So the lens turns, and then we know that the primer layer is evenly spread all over the surface. We let it dry in step 2, yeah, and then in step 3, and that's very important, here we start to add, we pour the photochromic layer on top, also using that spinning technology. And that spinning technology with a very controlled speed, because when we have the speed, it's very important. So when we have the speed control, we know that the whole photochromic layer is evenly spread with the same thickness all over the lens. Now we have it as a liquid. How we want to make it, really integrated within the lens material itself is that we can get in the 4th and 5th steps, but the most important is the 5th one with the polymerization. In the polymerization, it means that monomer will transform into several, monomers linked together. That's the polymer. But with the heating of the polymerization, it makes also the that liquid, which now becomes hard, with the lens itself as one material, and that will prevent any future or any possible delamination, which really becomes almost like impossible to have. Yeah, this is a very important step, and those 5 steps will show you that in the precision technology, you can really rely on the quality of the, let's say, of the photochromic itself, but also in the composition of all the layers. So what is the result? That's the video that shows the spinning technique and why it is so unique. You can see that, yeah, the spinning of the lens will, with the force to get outside, the centrifugal force, it will be spread all over the surface. But what makes it different? In, let's say, leading competitors, so other competitors, yeah, they do not have it for all the indices. Why? Because for some indices, they use a different technique, which they call it the imbibing process, where the photochromic is injected inside the lens, and they needed to have a different 1,5 material, yeah, and then the other material, they use the spinning technique. The result is that not all the indices will have the same performance, while here we apply the spinning coating process for all the indices. And when it comes to geometry, and this is important, as you can see, this is the final step, not the last final, because at the end there will be the coating on top. But that means we finish the geometry of the lens. So regardless You are all familiar with Balance's dynamic, and especially with MyStyle B Plus and myself. And the MyStyle B Plus and myself are considered our flagship product with the myself. These are a complete personalized lens. So they come from a pure blank. Yeah? And that means we finish the design, we finish all the design, all the geometry, and then we apply the photochromic. Unlike other competitors, where they need to send it to have a semi-finished lens and then bring it back, yeah, and then make their own process. And that shows that our personalized lens are really made out of blank. It's in-house, the layer is introduced within HOYA, we don't need it to send it somewhere else. Only when we finish the design, we apply the photochromic. So that shows also it's the same quality for all indices, and it's the same quality for all the designs. The result, as you can see, several layers. So here in the middle, you have the lens material. Of course, on top, you have now the Sensity, which is on the top and not at the bottom. They are made, with the composition as one, thanks to the primary layer, and also thanks to the final step, the polymerization and the spinning technique. They become one. Impossible to have, almost impossible, to have a delamination. That's why we, confidently, we, very proudly, I would say, we guarantee it. And then you have the anti-reflective coating. And then we shouldn't forget the importance of the water repellence and the easiness to clean. For even, let's say, full protection and a better, always a better, or let's say the best quality that you can get is always when you combine it with the anti-reflective coating, high vision, long life. In this case, you are guaranteeing the best performance. Now, what I would like to also show you is a short video that shows the performance and that shows the speed compared to the latest generation of our competitor. On the left-hand side, there is Sensity here lens, and on the right-hand side is the competitor. The line shows the highest, let's say, transmittance, and here is the lowest transmittance. It means when it gets very dark. Now you have the UV lamp on. Yeah, it means the process starts. That's the temperature at 20 degrees, and here you can see a timer. You see how quick they will get dark, and they have almost the same speed. You see, that's the speed when they get dark. And here you can see the consistency of the darkness. Yeah. And then the second, when you will see the UV lamp will be off, and that will show also when they go back to the initial state. Here you will see now they will go up. You will see the speed of both of them, and you will see that both they are on par and at the same level. Here it goes, UV lamp off. They both go up with almost the same speed, a little bit. Sensity is faster than the competitor, but at the end they will all reach the clearness, or let's say a very clear state, with also a very slight, let's say, clearer in favor of the Sensity. You can always try it. Definitely, that's the best, I would say. So whatever graph I will show, whatever video that I will show, always when you have it in between your hands, you will see the difference. You will touch it, you will feel it, and then you will see how performant the Sensity is in both fade out and fade in speed. So the whole process is about like 5 or 6 minutes, yeah, when it comes to fade in and fade out. With that slide now, I want to tell you that we're not talking about a Sensity, as a standalone. Sensity is a family. It consists of 3 levels: the Sensity, yeah, let's say the basic, the one that we're talking about with the same technology. with the three natural color, gray, brown, green. And here 2 words about the color. When I say deep and natural color, I'm talking about a real gray, so not a gray or let's say a bluish gray. And when I talk about brown, I mean the true brown, not a reddish brown. When I talk about green, the same thing. But it's not only about Sensity. There's another level, which is the Sensity Dark. In the Sensity Dark, it made specially for professional drivers, for people who drive a lot, and those people, they know, maybe because of their previous experience, they know that the photochromic, it darkens, it has let's say less performance when you are behind the windshield, because you all know that the windshield takes most part of the UV light. With the Sensity Dark, and this is where the name comes from, it darkens much more than the Sensity normal, but also it's triggered not only by the UV, but also with the visible light. This is very important. That makes it, for your customers, that makes it very suitable for all people who drive most of their time. For those who are, let's say, fashion driven, and they would like to have, something which is more fancy with much more beautiful colors, we introduced also the Sensity Shine, which is the Sensity Dark, but on top you have the mirror coating. You can have, wide range of beautiful colors, but the best still the gray, so the Sensity Dark, where we apply a silver mirror on top, so you will have a beautiful silver look. And then the brown, where we apply the mirror, the gold, let's say, mirror, where you're going to have a beautiful copper mirror. And the green, this is so beautiful. When we apply the mirror, it will become a blue mirror. Yeah. So for those who are fashion driven, for people who even don't have a prescription and they want to have sunglasses, we recommend Sensity Shine. So the 3 Sensity, Sensity Dark, and Sensity Shine. At the end, if we want to have like a takeaway message, what will it be? I will start with the speed, so the performance. Here we're talking about, just only in 90 seconds. It will take you to a category 3 sun level. And then when it comes to the fade back speed, yeah, it only needs 2 minutes in order to be, clear. We're always talking about 100% UV protection. We're talking about 3 natural colors, and at the end, that's a lens that provides an extreme clear indoor lens. I think that's it all. If you have any question, please put it on the chat box, or even we can reserve a few minutes at the end for Q&A. But now I would like to give the stage to Mr. Emil. Thank you.
Ja, pozdravljeni nazaj. Zdaj bomo šli še na akcijo samo in tudi nekaj na tržne raziskave, ki so pokazale, da so stranke, naši kupci, bolj pripravljeni na te svetlobi prilagodljive oziroma po domače fotoleče, kot pa si večina nas misli. Tako da, Charbel, please go ahead. Next slide, please. So 2 out of 3 customers, 2 do 3 strank, sta občutljivi na spremenljive svetlobne razmere. Zdaj, če se pogovarjamo z ljudmi, svetloba bo rekel moti, kadar se svetloba menja. Kar je mogoče tudi več, kot pa si običajno mislimo. Next slide, please. In recimo, kar so tržne raziskave pokazale, 82% strank je odprtih za pogovor o svetlobi prilagodljivih lečah. 84% strank, ki preizkusijo te leče, bi jih priporočilo svojim prijateljem. Jaz sem bil presenečen, nisem mislil, da je to visoko. In tudi to, kar dostikrat slišimo, one step back, please, da za mlajše stranke to ni, da so to neki za ta stare, kakor smo včasih slišali. Ne, ni res. Raziskave kažejo, da mlajši ne gledajo na fotoleče kot na nekaj, kar je zgolj za ta stare. Next, please. Ljudje želijo rešitev, ne bojo pa vprašali, če najprej vi o tem ne govorite. Recimo tale razmerje, 82% kaže veliko zanimanje, ko so jim te leče predstavljene, samo 35% je bilo pa je pa optik sploh o teh takih lečah govoril. Se pravi, nikoli jim niso bile predstavljene take leče, ljudje, ki so odgovarjali na anketo, imajo očala, v več kot tretjini fotoleče sploh niso bile predstavljene. Next. In če pogledamo malo v video, kaj so te tržne raziskave pokazale, pri optikih pravijo, da so glavne ovire visoka cena, optik je glavni vir informacij, ko se kupec odloča, in če mu optik takih leč ne predstavi, seveda ne bo kupil. Veliko zanimanje je preizkusiti take leče in ljudje so pripravljeni več, če jim to izboljša vid in kakovost življenja. Glavne ovire, vezane predvsem na starejše generacije, dolg čas posvetlitve pri prehodu v zaprte prostore in pa tisto, kar je bilo tudi vedno prisotno, premajhna zatemnitev pri visokih temperaturah. Se pravi, ja, po zimi je to kar prehudo zunaj, ko smučam, polet, ko sem pa na morju, mi pa ne zatemni dovolj. To je bil pogosta pritožba in zakaj ljudje niso bili zadovoljni z fotolečami. Kar se tiče pa staranja populacije, je pa to pravzaprav priložnost, zato ker imajo UV zaščita, pomeni precej zaščita pred blešanjem in tudi starejši smo bolj naklonjeni rešitvam vse v enem. Next, please. Se pravi, kaj, ko bi stranko samo vprašali? Go ahead. Ste jih že preizkusili. Prav, ko imate stranko, ko se odloča o očalih, ali ste že preizkusili svetlobi prilagodljive leče, ki bodo zatemnile, kadar bo svetloba močnejša. Next. Zdaj akcijo, če jo predstavimo. Next. Kot smo rekli, trajala bo 3 mesece. Za vsa naročila, ki jih bomo prejeli med vključno 1. aprilom in 30. junijem, bo veljalo, da je nadgradnja belih na Sensity brezplačna. In to povsod, kjer Sensity obstaja, se pravi na vseh materialih, vseh dizajnih, z izjemo AVIA 1.7.4. Tam Sensityja pač nimamo. Mehanizem je, da naročite katerokoli Sensity lečo, plačate samo ceno ekvivalentne bele leče. In kot smo rekli, vse RX leče iz družine HOYA Sensity so vključene, se pravi ne zgolj sam Sensity, tudi Dark in Shine. Next. Marketinški materiali, ki jih boste prejeli, so posterji A1, B1 in pa A4, brošure, nekaj kopij brošur za stranke, potem takle wobbler, migajoči displej, eno kocko in pa, kdor bo želel, vse razne digitalne materiale za socialna omrežja. Next. Tole je pa en video, zdajle, ki je malo pač iz raznih optik po svetu, optik optometričnih praks. Can you play the video, please, Charbel?
Just talk to your patients and ask them a simple question and ask them, do they want lenses that darken in the sun, that protect their eyes from sunlight?
If you don't bring it up at all, they assume that it's something they can't have. So at least just opening the door starts a conversation with a person.
E glielo presento come una lente sostanzialmente moderna, innovativa, con una tecnologia nuova e lo faccio facendo suscitare in loro il desiderio anche di proteggersi soprattutto dalla luce ultravioletta.
And we simply say, if you don't like the changing tint lenses, we'll make them clear again for you at no charge.
Usually I start up a conversation during the eye exam at a moment when I'm setting up an instrument just to get the topic going.
So it's something that's talked about through the whole process of a patient being in the practice. The front of house staff know all about photochromic, the dispensing staff, the optometrist. So it's a team effort when we're talking photochromic.
I ask them if they're getting bothered by the sun, if they wear glasses when they drive.
Se gli capita mai di dover stringere un po' gli occhi, strizzare gli occhi quando si trova all'aperto.
If they do or don't wear sunglasses.
Sometimes I'll ask them if they're getting frustrated by switching between their clear spectacles and their prescription sunglasses.
Il cliente non sa com'è la costruzione di una lente fotocromatica, il cliente non sa, non è un tecnico, quindi in poche parole bisogna riuscire a spiegarglielo. La prima cosa da fare è prendere il campione.
I'm quite confident these days in saying to a patient that when they're indoors, someone else who's looking at them wearing their glasses will not be able to tell that they're wearing photosensitive lenses.
We actually have testers at our office of the photochromic lens.
If you really want to give it a go and you don't like it, come back and see me and we'll swap them out for clear lenses. I've only ever had to do that once.
To experience changing tint lenses is the only way to understand them. And so one of the ways that we neutralize a patient's concerns or fear is that we take the risk for them. Phone our patients 6 weeks after collecting their glasses and just to confirm that they are happy.
It's only costing the practice, a small amount per pair of glasses or lenses, but the result on your bottom line, depending what you're charging for it, it can be really significant.
No, za konec še enkrat portfelj, se pravi Sensity, Sensity Dark in Sensity Shine. Se pravi Sensity za vse, ki so občutljive na svetlobo, iščejo podobje rešitve 2 v 1, torej 2 očalem v enem. Sensity Dark za tiste, ki so veliko na prostem in ki temni tudi v avtu. In Sensity Shine z ogledalom za te, ki so moda in stil pomembna in ker je Shine narejen na osnovi Darka, temni tudi v avtu. Tole bi bilo zdaj same predstavitve vse. Kot smo rekli, akcija se začne v petek. To bo tudi v tem času edina HOYA akcija in velja pa za vse, ki se jo želite udeležiti. Se pravi, ni omejeno, vsaka optika se lahko te akciji priključi. Če so kakšna vprašanja? Materiali pridejo v tem tednu, jih bomo razdelili, prinesli do vas.
Of course, from my side, I'm also ready. If you have any technical question about Sensity, please feel free to contact me anytime. Also, please, dear Emil, if you want to share my contacts to everyone, I will be happy to help.
Ta predstavitev je bila tudi snemana, tako da, če kdo želi, lahko dobi link in jo si ogleda še enkrat. Tudi sam PowerPoint lahko seveda dobite. Če ni vprašanj, potem pa bi se vam zahvalil za udeležbo. Thank you, Charbel, for your presentation. Thanks for the audience. And upajmo, da bo akcija uspešna in da bomo tudi s tem povečali dolgoročno uporabo fotoleč, ki je v Sloveniji mimogrede nižja, kot pa je v primerljivih državah okrog nas. Tako da tukaj je nekaj prostora za kaj narediti. Ne, da smo boljši kot okolica, ampak lahko pa smo vsaj tako dobri, kot je okolica.